Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chat Room with Next. It's a beautiful day. Audience, thank you.
I do well.
Yeah. You better say you paid them salary last week.
Let me do the clap well.
No,
we're not the O. We're not O.
Somebody say aha.
We don't know.
There you go.
We like to pay our staffs.
Yes. So thank you very much for joining us today on a very, very interesting Sunday, where we shall talk about something very, very nice, sweet, and interesting.
And very, very funny.
Very, very, very funny. You will laugh, and we'll tell you some facts about life. Okay? But before we proceed, please do not forget to like where you're watching this from. Don't forget to hit that subscription tab. Do not forget to hit the notification tab so you know just when we're on. And lastly, don't forget to share.
Share.
Because
there's love in sharing
and
love in caring. Because when you care, you love. When you love, you share.
Oh shit.
Hey. You know when you go to church. When you go to church, you go remember all those kind quotations. Anyway, we talked about it when Stanley come.
Okay. So, audience, are you ready to give it up for the one, the only? Audience, begin to clap before I bring in. Big it clap now, audience. Clap. Stanley, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Minister Samson.
Your volume is low.
Mine?
Turn it up. Okay, number one.
Okay, say something.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody.
You're welcome.
The technical difficulty.
You are welcome in the name of the Lord. You are welcome in the name of the Lord. Where in Congo?
I can see you.
People say our welcome song, conscious and come on. Okay, you come back. So more not just sing.
Now our song now make you go black just now.
So welcome, Mr. Stanley. How was your week?
It was great. How about yours?
Well, you put us in a lot of trouble last week, because I kept getting emails and messages. People were like, Stanley, why were you shutting? Why were you trying to shut us down? Why were you trying to shut us down?
What did I do?
I was like, Francis was only airing his own. Stanley was only airing his own opinion too now.
But Stanley was also exactly. Stanley was also airing his.
He was airing his opinion to tell somebody to shut it down.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah. So welcome. So the question we have for you today is, what rights do you think that people should have? Do you think people have too many rights that it's now infringing on the rights to live or nature pretty
Even
much?
now, rights, they are even trying to fight against people that are trying to spoil their name. Okay. Because even rights is having a problem with the abuse of rights.
There you go. So the topic for today, people, is, I sued my parents for having me without my permission.
That your laugh, they always say, maybe they laugh.
That laugh.
You get many come.
That laugh has a lot of implications.
You get many talk. The laugh has a lot of talk surrounding it.
Yes.
People have to put it in key F.
Okay. So if you're watching live right now, please do not forget to let us know where you're watching from and let us know your name so we can acknowledge you. And if you're watching this offline as a replay, please don't forget to comment. Let us know what you think. Just share your thoughts, and we shall respond to it.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for being a good sport, a good viewer. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Before you know it, we'll own a TV station.
I'm telling you, this is a TV station already.
There you go.
Now, don't forget to also make your comment, because your comments are very, very, very
important. Very important. So let's begin to share. Okay. So, anyway, let me do introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right is the one, the only Sam Soft, everybody.
I'm need to remove
Welcome,
me
some
from
call.
all this audience. I'm paying them.
I beg.
I'm not paying them this
I
week.
beg. No chase our audience. Come
How
on.
can they not clap?
No chase our audience. Come on.
You pay them in the right exchange rate.
Thank you. Thank you. They're clapping now.
Let me say, most of our audience are foreigners. What did I say?
Before.
Exchange rates now,
Yes.
It's very important.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
And then, of course, it's me, your one and only Minister Max.
Humble brother.
Yes, I stay humble. If you see my outfit, this is how I dress to go to church.
Exactly. He didn't go to church. He don't go to church today. Look at Stanley. See Stanley. Stanley is looking like a church boy. Me, I'm looking like a church boy. Him is looking like a Mex boy.
When I went to church today, the pastor said you should forgive and forget. So we forgive and forget. Let's go right.
Church with that.
Let's go right into the show, okay? Let's go right into the show.
Sleep Bible study. Sleep Bible church. The guy thinker. When he hear the name of the church, he think.
All right, let's begin the show, people. Okay. So
where are our audience?
We're gonna start the show with a video. We want you to watch a video before we proceed, so you can let us know what you think about this particular topic. Okay. Don't forget, the topic of today is I sued my parents for having me without my consent, without my permission. I sued my parents for having me without my permission. So let's go.
I mentioned in my last video that I went clothes shopping for my children, and a lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission. But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me. And that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself. And
Hold on. Let's pause right here.
She said she was unaware. That part made me want like her.
She was unaware that she had to grow up. She was unaware that she had to be here on earth.
That's true though. She was unaware.
Where did she come from?
My brother.
She was actually unaware.
She was unaware. Okay, let's keep watching. Let's keep watching.
Job to support myself, and I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here, and that's why I sued them.
She said they're supposed to go to. That's hilarious though.
So the girl is saying, let's watch it.
I'm unaware that I was going to have to grow up. And
so listen. For those of you that are just joining, welcome to the show.
Oh my God!
Welcome to the show for those of you that are just joining.
I've seen before, man.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was just playing a video, and these two gentlemen are just laughing, and they're not letting us hear the whole video.
You have to replay it again.
Yes, I'm going to replay it so you can get the full picture. If you're watching, please let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah.
So let's listen. Let's listen attentively.
I think take 1 minute break. I beg.
The thing is, I'm not gonna lie.
Charlie, they cry. Charlie, they cry. Okay, gentlemen, can we pull ourselves together, please? Can we pull ourselves together so our audience that are watching can learn from.
Okay, I will try.
All right, audience, join us to laugh when you watch this. Watch this.
Okay, so let's go.
I mentioned in my last video that I went clothes shopping for my children, And a lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission.
Yeah.
But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me. And that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself. And I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here. And that's why I sued them. Now, it's different. Like, I know I've said it's like unethical to have children before, but it's different when you adopt, because it's not my fault that they're here. I'm just trying to be a good person and like help them out. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here. But keep in mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you, because I'm making that my life mission, to teach children to sue their parents so they don't have to work. But yes, that I do have children, but I adopted them. So I had them in like an ethical way.
Okay. So if this lady, if person no born pikin where she adopt, she forget those pikin.
I want to get pikin if they not adopt, if somebody not. So is she going to? What about the children that she adopts? Sue the original parents.
Stanley, you wanted to ask a question, sir.
What is it like a joke or some kind of prank?
It's not a joke.
Is it like a joke?
This is real. She sued her parents for having her.
And the court really listened to her case.
Yeah, do you know the amount of things the court listens to?
She won, right?
Yeah. It's a real lawsuit that she sued. Like, she sued her parents for real.
Did you hear that? That she won.
So,
She won?
Yeah, phone call. No, look at it now. Look at it. Let's look at it this way. Your parents gave birth to you without your knowledge. They did not even ask you before they did it to have you. Do you think, why would they put you through such suffering?
And the one that was making myself and Stanley laugh, that was the most outrageous one.
No, the thing that is paining me here is the fact that your parents will not even tell you that you are going to work. They will not tell you have to go to school. Or you did not plan all these things with them before they even gave birth to you.
I like to.
It's disappointing.
I like that part.
Parents, before you have children, please take contact your children
in advance.
Before you do it,
in the spirit
contact them. And ask them if they want you to have.
So this right of a thing.
Yeah.
Why do you see? People can just begin to make up things to sue, because in this Western world, you can easily just go to court for any reason.
Yep.
As long as you have evidence and proof for your case. So it's becoming crazy. You can even sue animals very soon. They will be suing animals.
Yeah, no, they actually sue animals now.
Oh, they true, because when the dog bites,
then the owner of the dog will be the one to. Yeah,
exactly.
Someone sued his neighbor's dog for having unconsented sex with his own dog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We talked about it the other time now. Yeah. Sally,
are you there, Sally?
Are you in a state of shock?
You didn't see me.
Would I see you now?
Yeah, Dave, so astonished. I'm like, I'm not.
His gaze was just fixated, and I'm like,
got his price.
Okay, Sally, talk to us.
I'm trying to process this whole information and just figure out if this was done in an actual court and who these judges are.
Yeah.
You complain of a bad judicial system. Is it becoming a joke now?
It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy. Well, what do you think, though? Do you think parents need to ask for consent from their children before they give birth to them?
In what way? How would you do that?
Which is I'm going to speak. How do you ask for a consent.
Calling them.
Without, how you call him?
Called him.
Well, when the parents were, before they brought her, I think they called her. It's just that she didn't answer the phone.
Exactly.
She didn't pick the call.
Yeah,
because she was having the intention to sue.
That's the defense the parents would have gone with.
Yes.
Your Honor,
she didn't pick the call.
We actually attempted contacting her, but we think by then she was playing with other children.
Yes. She didn't answer the phone.
She answered the phone.
Exactly.
And Your Honor, I think we're countersuing her for damages and waste of our money.
Okay, the judge will say, do you have evidence of the calling her? So where is the evidence to show you called her?
Where is the evidence?
Yep.
Oh, Your Honor, the evidence is from the umbilical cord. That cord, like you have telephone.
And they cut it off.
Like you have telephone. It's cord.
This is hilarious.
No, but it's funny though. It's funny because she came out and she was serious.
Oh, very serious. She was very, very
and
serious.
she's actually going around teaching other children how to sue their parents.
Is it that?
But you know, this is it's a serious matter. You know why I say it's serious? She has a life ambition now. You know how the society changes. Before you know it, this thing can become an outblown rights thing in the society where
that's how it starts now.
Yes, now.
Little by little,
rights and all rights.
The psyche and the reasoning faculty of people begin to change.
All right.
And this thing becomes a case that might even make it to Congress.
Oh, yeah.
And a law is passed. You see what I'm saying? So,
you know what you're saying?
The issue of, I take an example, the issue of, back then, and it's sad to say back then, when prayers were allowed in schools and Bibles were allowed in schools, this was how it started.
Yes.
Today, there are no Bibles in school. You can't pray in school. You can't even teach or say anything about your religion in school.
Yep.
Or schools. Even in government buildings, offices, even as far as to your signboards outside in front of your church. People get upset. They say it aggravates them when they see a big signboard in churches. Have you noticed that the signboards in most churches in some states are very small and they put them in one little corner? Because laws have been passed. Somebody went to court that the signboard, her kids were being disturbed because they are.
Stanley's network. Don't worry, people. He'll be back very soon. He's back.
Stanley, you back? Your network, we're going to sue your network.
I think he got
Sorry, I got a phone call that got inside. Sorry about that. Yeah. No, it was a call was coming. But she said her kids were bothered because they keep asking, why is that cross on that board so big? And the mother said it's a church. And they said, oh, wow, why do they have such a big board? And that was a lawsuit. And she won. Yes.
Wow.
Now, look at this one. Rights to have me without consent. That doesn't make any sense that a judge would listen to that and say, all right, because of this rights thing. And you asked a question just now, this about rights, Minister Mack.
Yeah.
Rights is the same thing as freedom here in this country. You're free to do whatever you want. Your right to do whatever you want. You see what I mean? Now, people fail to know that freedom is very expensive. It comes at a very high cost. This thing called rights is very expensive. By the time it starts to take a toll on you, you will not believe how much you have changed. So rights, it's good to have rights, but there should be a limit.
Yep.
Exactly.
There should be a limit. It can't just
rights of the rights.
Because I heard somebody made a comment one day, says your right stops where I think your nose is something like that, so it won't bother me. Your right to do anything
Yep.
stops where your nose
It's an idiomatic expression.
But yours cannot push down on mine at the same
Correct.
time.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm not able to express, if mine ends here, yours should not come within my space to tell me that I cannot express mine.
Yep.
It's just a misunderstanding of the whole concept of right. I think it needs to be redefined so that things like this will not happen.
Yeah.
And I'll end with this.
Okay.
Sam, you and I were talking last week, and we talked about this, something related to rights, where we say it is now dangerous to help people, most especially in this part of the world, where if you see a car get in an accident on the road and say it flips upside down and is burning, you cannot go there and pull the person out without the ambulance or policeman or fire truck being there, because if you pull that person out of the burning car and then drag them to safety and they take them to the hospital and find out that they broke one leg, they could say it was you that pulled them out of the car that made them break the leg.
But there is something called the Good Samaritan law. Yeah. The Good Samaritan law covers you on
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you, though. I agree with you, because it's difficult these days helping people, And actually, a second half of the story that I wanted us to take was an update on our OPM pastor.
Okay.
Oh, are we done with this one?
No, we're gonna wrap up. I was just giving
I was gonna bring my counter lawsuit.
Okay. Let's go.
And let's go with the counter lawsuit.
Here's my counter lawsuit. Your Honor, I am suing this girl for wasting the other sperms that should have fertilized this egg. Why did she hurry up to go fertilize the egg instead of her to stay where she is if she knows she didn't want to come? She should have allowed Stella, maybe Andrew or James or John, who want to come and know that they can walk and survive and take care of themselves to come. So here's my counter lawsuit. Why did you fertilize the egg?
Ooh, that's a perfect one. I like that one. It makes this guy is calculating.
Okay.
It makes us like, wow. I didn't see that coming, though.
On the side of the plaintiff.
Okay.
On the side of the plaintiff. Your Honor, I want you to throw that counter lawsuit out.
How? Wow.
Wow.
Because based on biology, a sperm cannot become a fetus without merging with the ovary.
What is it?
Well, Your Honor, the sperm is a gamete of its own. It has its own energy to fertilize the egg. She, as a second half, should not have. It came from me, Your Honor. She should not have hurried to go and fertilize the egg to become.
I'm glad you just implicated yourself. Your Honor, you can hear what he just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The defense
just implicated themselves. They brought out the sperm.
Yes.
Without my client's permission or consent.
I agree. But there were others who were running also.
Exactly.
To the egg.
Your Honor.
Did she run so
Your
fast?
Honor, the wave, the water in which my client was being swept by, took her to the egg faster. She was swimming away.
She ran there. She used
do
her tail.
Do you have an evidence?
Yeah,
she used her tail to swim down there.
To sue. That's why she was like, I need to go there so I can sue.
No, can you kick him out of the court? Can you kick him out of the court? He's constituting a nuisance.
Your Honor, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If she knew she didn't want to come, she should have remained in the, I don't know if I should say this word, in the bull sack and stayed there and not even show up at all. and let those who want to come
Exactly.
Okay.
fertilize it.
Because there were so many. There were
Your
millions.
There were millions of them.
Your Honor and people of the jury, this is what I want to say.
Wow.
This is what I want to say.
Millions. We too much.
Your Honor, he's trying to blame my client for getting to the egg first.
Why was she in a hurry to get to the egg first?
Why was she in a hurry to go
She
there?
was not in a hurry. She was pushed by others.
Who?
She was
cajoled. So we need to
she was cajoled.
Whoever
bewildered
by
the others.
Who pushed her?
In fact, Your Honor, she pulled the others down so she can be the first one to go.
Were you there? Were you there?
That's what biology
came from me.
She fights away.
No.
She fights. Swims.
She was swimming away. Swimming away. But this client over here decided to keep pushing more and pushing more and pushing more. He pushed her to the egg, and he entered the egg, finished, and now he's coming to counter sue. You know, my client is right. She's suing her parents. She's suing her parents for having her without her consent or her permission because she should have been asked. Baby.
Your Honor, remember I made the phone call down there first. She didn't answer the phone call.
Can we see the call log, sir?
I will bring it, Your Honor. Let's postpone the date, and I will bring the call log to you.
Your Honor, he doesn't have any evidence. I believe you should rule in favor of my client.
It has to be adjourned.
It has to be adjourned.
You cannot tell the judge what to do. You can't tell the judge what to do.
I can request for a motion.
Right now, you are biased. If you are not biased, we'll say, okay, we can make you judge. Well, you're biased. You're already picking sides.
I am the judge. That's why I'm adjourning the case.
Okay, so since you are the judge, let me speak to you.
Okay.
Question for you, sir.
Yep.
What is a contract?
What is a contract?
Yes.
It's an agreement.
Okay.
Between two parties.
Okay. Do you believe that parents and children have a contract?
How do you mean?
I'm about to throw the judge into a pit now. Watch how I'm going to do it.
Go ahead,
Let me put in my pit hat.
You cannot put on a hood in my court.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Okay.
So that I don't give you a court citation.
As I was saying, Your Honor, children and parents have a contract.
Yep.
What do we call it when a child wants to break that contract early? What do we call that child? I want the plaintiff, the defendant, to answer it. Go ahead, defendant, answer it.
I didn't get the question.
What's it called when a child wants to break out of the contract with his parents? What's that child called?
You can only break out of the contract when you are 18 years old.
No, you can break out before 18, and it's called an emancipated minor.
Well, in the first place, we do not even have a contract.
Your Honor, I hope you are listening to my argument. Okay.
We do not have a contract. Your Honor,
open mind.
A child is going to be a child because she's still under the guidance of the parents.
But based on the court system, a child can file to be emancipated from the parents
and be on
Your Honor, may I speak?
It's legal. That's what happens. Emancipated minor.
Let me say this.
I'm telling you, really.
The contract does not exist before the child comes out and is conceived.
Hold on, sir. What is an emancipated minor?
No, I'm speaking. Contract starts when that child is born, or before that child is born.
Hold on.
When the child is conceived, before the
emancipation of minor is the legal mechanism by which a minor, before attaining the age of majority, is freed from control by their parents or guardians, and the parents or guardians are freed from responsibility of their child. According to Wikipedia. How is an emancipated minor?
Okay.
So why did the child not emancipate? Why did the child not emancipate themselves?
If we're talking about contracts, if I'm going the way of contract,
the egg,
contract has to have an agreement between the parent and the child.
Where is the agreement?
Now, thank you. My client is saying there was no agreement that was signed, and that's why she's suing her parents.
There is no agreement.
And that, but we don't have the.
In the first place,
are you fellow defendant?
He's not arguing
in the first place.
Exactly. He has the right to counter proof.
Which is what I'm clearing out of the way. I want you to throw it out.
Your Honor, in the first place, when I called her to come sign the contract,
Yes.
I gave her the Bible. She could not hold it because she doesn't have
evidence. Evidence of
the
evidence.
This
is Your Honor. Objection. This is speculation.
You cannot say objection.
It's not speculation.
No, objection to him. This is speculation.
Your Honor.
This is all hearsay. He has no proof, no evidence.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Do you have an evidence?
Wait now. Yes, my evidence.
You need an evidence by.
Yes, my evidence.
No,
this is not by.
I'm going to go to another court.
Your evidence, Your Honor. This is my
witness. Okay, ladies, we have Emeka in the house, everybody. Welcome, Emeka. He says, Max, go employ Peter Obi's lawyer to help you. My brother, that's what I'm thinking of next.
Peter Obi lawyer.
Okay, Stanley, continue. Your witness.
Of Peter Obi.
Continue.
My senior brother.
I got the advice from a madman. Go ahead, Stanley. You are making your claim.
He's countersuing, so we are listening to your claim or your counter.
My claim is this, and it's a question to the plaintiff.
Go ahead.
Can you sign, as you are sitting there now, can you sign or enter into an agreement with your child inside your carrying sack?
Can I what?
Can you enter into an agreement with the
children? This question is baseless. I want you to strike it out. This question is baseless. He's asking me. Thank you very much. So you cannot ask me that question based on what the judge.
No, it's not baseless because you are telling me that
the judge just overruled. He just overruled your statement. Yeah. Let's continue.
It cannot be overruled.
Yeah, but really though. There's something called mental illness.
Yep.
There's something called mental illness.
Yeah.
And I want you to watch this video and then tell me what you think.
I mentioned in my last video that I went clothes shopping for my children, and a lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission. But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me. And that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself.
Your Honor, you can see. The contract was not clearly drafted out. There was no clear definition of what my client was going into. They did not tell her she has to grow up.
She was not aware.
She was not aware. They did not tell her she has to grow up. They did not tell her she has to work when she comes. This is labor, child labor.
Well,
you understand?
This is planet Earth. Over here, we talk to people face to face. We don't speak to people in other planets. What planet did she come from?
Okay, let's keep watching.
And I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here.
Thank you, my client. Thank you very much. Your Honor, are you listening to this?
Right on.
They did not contact her in any way. They did not even call her inside the stomach.
Let her continue.
They no call her.
I'm listening.
Thank you. Because what this defendant is doing, I don't like it. I have to throw him out of this court. But let's continue for now.
And that's why I sued them. Now, it's different. I know I've said it's unethical to have children before, but it's different when you adopt, because it's not my fault that they're here. I'm just trying to be a good person and help them out. You know what I mean?
Your Honor, you see, my client is a very good person. She's a good person. She didn't want to have her own children, so they don't come and sue her. because she cannot contact them.
So she went and
adopted another person's children
by borrowing.
Borrowing. Now, actually, look at it this way: those children can go and sue their own parents to come and give her the money, allegedly. You see where I'm going to?
I see that
you should rule on our favor.
She's a crook.
This is planet Earth, the one that God created, and over here we walk.
Exactly.
Okay,
let's. So she should have thought about it and remain in the planet where they don't work.
I'm sorry, my client. She was deceived. She was cajoled. She was manipulated. So I'm going to finish this video from her, and then you make your ruling, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, if you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here.
Yes.
But keep in mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you, because I'm making that my life mission, to teach children to sue their parents so they don't have to work.
Your Honor, you see, my client gave advice.
For them to terminate? Huh?
No, not for them to terminate. For them to contact, for you to be able to. She gave advice on how you can contact your child before you born them.
But I overheard her say, use the word terminate.
Your Honor, that is frivolous accusation. You cannot say that.
You can repeat it again.
She did not say terminate. She said perminate. Perminate.
She used the word terminate.
Have you watched Terminator?
Yes.
She was talking about the movie.
Nope. She's there advising other people to terminate their unborn child.
Your Honor, freedom of
speech. For
speech.
that reason.
Freedom. Oh, wait. Objection, Your Honor. Objection. No. Objection to you. Objection to you. Objection to you. Because you're about to make a very wrong judgment. I don't like it. Cannot be saying this like this. Stanley doesn't look.
It's just
no, seriously, since you guys said that this was a real case and it was judged.
Yeah, it's a real case.
My mind is just running through the concept and rationale under which she was given a winning judgment, because this whole thing is baseless. There's no meaning to it or substance. Number one, she used the word children. Children don't work. When you are 18, you are no longer a child, so you have to go and work. You cannot say you are suing your parents because you don't want to take care of yourself from 18 and above.
It wasn't in the contract, sir.
I'm just saying that
this took care of her when she was a child or a baby. So
they took care of her. She didn't work as a child. So where is this idea coming out?
How do you know she did not work? All these are hearsays, frivolous accusations.
Well, I just think that things like this should not be mentioned at all. This is my honest.
Emeka is asking if this is for real. Yes, it's for real, actually. It's for real. For real,
As a matter of fact, Stanley, I will also counter-sue if I'm on that side of the
objection, Your Honor. Objection.
I will counter-sue.
Objection. You cannot be suing anybody.
Let me counter-sue.
Why?
Because I want to make my point. For the fact that
see the kind of court system
I carried for the fact that my wife carried her for 9 months, throwing up, sickly, feeling sick because of her in the womb of my wife. I'm counter-suing her.
You just made a big mistake, Your Honor. You finally entered the hole.
Wait. And then after bringing her to the world,
no, let's start with that first.
And she will be poop. She poop on my wife body. She make a mess, and I clean all her mess. There was no charge. So for all those years when she was a child growing up, I was cleaning her mess, bathing her, cutting her hair, trimming her, and giving her all that beautiful treatment. She owe me.
She owe you for what? For what? Now let me explain something. You said you put her in your wife's stomach. That's what you said. We have it on record.
She came in by.
How did she come?
Because she was looking.
How did she enter?
She chased the rest of them.
How did she chase? What did she chase?
She chased the other eggs.
Is it not what you put in?
Precious eggs.
Is it not what you put in that she gave out?
Those precious eggs are supposed to come.
So technically, you, Your Honor, put her in your wife's stomach. Your wife started. Hold on.
There were many of them.
Hold on, Your Honor. When you put something in your wife's stomach, your wife started throwing up, and her belly started growing.
It wasn't what I put. It was what started forming.
It wasn't what you put.
It was what started forming.
What started forming? If it's not what you put, that started forming.
Because she came in.
No.
And
you put her in.
She became rebellious.
No, you put her in, and then your wife started throwing up. Your wife's belly started becoming big, and then your wife started feeling somehow. Your wife's body changed. Whose fault is that?
The baby.
It is your fault.
The baby.
No, you put the baby in.
No.
So now your counter suit has been changed
fault.
to a counter suit from me. Emeka says, like Stanley said, this is planet Earth, and I guys, okay, and they don't have TV from the planet. Okay,
he said they don't have television.
Okay, she don't see how hot this Earth be. Well, yeah.
Exactly.
But this is it though. Okay, I believe in rights. I believe in freedom of speech. She has a right. That's why people can go to court for frivolous accusations and still win. Like a time we talked about the story of a man that had sexual intercourse with his side chick in his car, right? And then his side chick got an infection from the guy, and she went and sued the guy's car insurance. Mr. Stanley, are you listening?
I'm listening.
She sued the guy's car insurance, and she won a lot of money. I've forgotten how much, but it was a lot of money in dollars. Or is it another case? Say that again.
For suing for having sex in his car.
Yes, and she got an infection in his car.
And the car have coverage.
The car has coverage, and part of this thing in the car is any injury or health issue you have from the car, they will pay you. So the insurance actually countersued her, but the judge threw their countersuit out. So she won that case. Or is it the other one of a man that married his wife? She was looking all beautiful and all that. That's what we're talking about at the beginning of the show, Sam Soft. She was looking all beautiful and all that. And after he married her, went into the house, they did the deed, did they do, and then in the morning he got to see her real face.
Exactly.
He filed for a divorce and still sued the wife.
For what?
And he won. For what? She's not what he married.
Exactly.
She deceived him.
Yep.
Or is it the other one where this man got married to this woman? They gave birth to a child. The man is very handsome. The woman is very beautiful, pretty. They gave birth to a child, and the child was not as handsome or beautiful as they were. The man got to realize that the woman had surgery done. So the child looks like the way she was.
Original face.
The original face.
So the man went ahead and sued her.
Frivolous lawsuits happen and people win.
You know what I think, right? Now it's just a case of too much food and comfort in this part of the world.
I'm telling you.
And it's making all these useless ideas come up with people's head.
It's just the power of rights, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you have food plus, yes, rights plus you have too much to eat. And there's a lot of comfort around. I bet you if you throw rights into Africa, and the situation is still as it is now, nobody will have time to be thinking of going to sue somebody when you know that person doesn't have, you don't have. Where will the money come out from if you sue?
Well, it's happening. It's happening. But the thing is, we also have to understand that this is where we now have to protect our mind, protect our children, protect our generation. We have a lot of people out there that a lot of things are not right with.
Lot of crazy stuff.
And unfortunately, those people have influence over social media. And they will post. They do post. And when they post, these are the contents that we will see. And what you continually see, you become. Because you learn from it. So we need to guard our minds. Yeah. So
in addition to, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, in addition to guarding your mind, you need to be very careful with the people you associate with these days.
Oh, yeah.
And what you do when you associate with them, what you say when you associate with them. Because we are gradually, the world is tending towards a phase where we'll become almost so docile.
Yeah.
The brain, instead of working and using itself to achieve great capacities to conquer the world, because of technology and ease that we have around, it's become so dormant. And in neuroscience, they say that there's this little comment in neuroscience: you use it or lose it. If you don't use a part of your brain for an extended period of time, then it starts fading away. That section of the brain starts fading away. For example, if you lose your ability to hear, that part of your brain that processes sound starts becoming dormant, becomes docile, and it fades away. That's where we are now with a lot of people. And COVID actually did express it when they had the lockdown and people were indoors for 3 weeks. There were reports of people who became psychotic, just for staying indoors for 3 weeks at a stretch. You didn't come out, you didn't do nothing. So we have to be very careful what we say. And unfortunately, a lot of these, what we call abnormal reasonings, are becoming normal now. Things we never thought would be listened to is what people are listening to now.
But when we talk about normal, that's another topic entirely. Because normal can be abnormal to somebody else.
Yeah.
No, I mean, generally, what we are considered as before, I'm talking 40, 50 years ago.
Okay.
What we never expected to be mentioned or talked about in society or done in society is now it's common to do. That even you that does not think that way will be looking at yourself almost as a man. It'd be like say they're abnormal right now.
Yeah, because you know why? Like when the Bible says faith cometh by hearing, because when you are accustomed to hearing something and it's what do you call it? It's viral. That's everybody talks about it, everybody's doing it. Naturally, you find yourself liking it or wanting to do it.
Well, I think the standard of morality has dropped from here to here.
That level
is going to keep going down. It's going to keep going down.
Yeah, it has dropped.
It's just standard of morality dropping. That's it.
In almost every, and I digress to say this, just one sentence. I heard in the news yesterday that in Nigeria, JAM cutoff mark, which used to be 400 at the time, has now dropped to 140.
So are people getting less smarter or what?
That's the thing. So a lot of things are decaying as we age, as the world transits.
Wow.
But apart from that,
it should be going up, not
as a matter of fact, JAM is fraud.
Why?
Because why do you have to write JAM?
Allegedly, some sort of said allegedly he thinks JAM is fraud.
Yes.
Well, the thing that I say now that it has dropped, I mean, to universities they say it's 140, and to polytechnics and College of Education they say it's 100. That's what I heard. Everybody at least now has a chance to go to school. You don't have any reason not to pass JAM anymore.
I know.
But that's JAM. I disagree with JAM.
Why are you trying to jump?
WAEC is an exam, right? And that even like the exam is not even that easy for the student to pass. If they get all these subjects correct and they got their cutoff mark already, why do they have to write another jam?
Because
that's
JAM
the
is like the
requirement to
entrance
get
exam.
into the higher institution.
Yeah, the entrance exam to get into the university.
Yeah, is needed.
So you
It's
might
very
have
necessary.
all the grades, and all that, but
Yeah.
do you have the score? We need to grade you, we need to rank you, we need to like score you into different levels.
Meaning that they don't even trust your result in the first place.
No, technically it's done here, it's done in America in some professions.
It's done everywhere.
In some professions,
So,
like I know nursing, before you get into nursing, there's some school that will
To go to medical school, you do the same.
you have to take, some exams to place you.
exactly, that's some courses, that's some field, like medical fields, especially the medical fields.
Okay, let's not go into JAM now.
Okay.
Let's not go into JAM. We have a comment. Eugene Okwala is in the house, everybody. Welcome, sir. He says, at my house, I'm watching from Plateau State, Nigeria. Please, who is the presiding judge here? It was some sort of, but we actually disbarred him, allegedly. We'll remove him because he's been biased.
You see how they do me, sir?
He's been biased. So, gentlemen, I'm sure you guys heard the story of the Titan.
Which one is the Titan?
Yeah.
Which one?
The submarine.
Oh, yes.
Well, our condolences goes to the family of
Yes.
the victims of the Titan.
That was a sad news. Very, very sad news.
That was a sad news, but does it make sense?
I don't know why somebody will just use his $250,000 US to go and die. It is.
But this is the part that gets me from the latest that we're hearing.
Yeah.
That the submersible itself was made out of hand-picked materials, and that the company prided itself in using cost-effective materials to put the submersible together, and that the controls of the submersible is a gaming console.
Yeah, game console. Like Xbox game.
I couldn't understand.
How can you be playing with human life?
So
human life, yeah.
My thing is,
I'm sorry, it's not. I don't blame the company. I blame the people that will go and enter it.
Why would you pay $250,000?
That's a lot of money.
To enter into an equipment that is controlled by a gaming console.
I'm sorry. When I was discussing this,
going to ask,
I was discussing this with my barber.
Was there a professional riding it, or they were just controlling it from up there?
No, it was a professional.
No, it was the owner of the company
that was there.
It was inside too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was discussing this with my barber, and he was like, "Would I have done it if I had that kind of money?" And my answer to him was,
Hell no.
My answer to him was, "I'm Nigerian.
I'm a black. We don't do that kind of stuff.
Who don't do that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a stunt.
Cannot see danger and go and enter it and go and ride.
That's a stunt. It's a stunt.
Yeah, it's a stunt.
A dangerous one for that.
No, let's analyze this. Let's break it down. I don't know if you guys have seen what the Titan looks like, but it just has one small round window at the tail end right there. And then all these people are going to see when they get close to the Titanic is from a screen in the Titan.
And your mother just watch it from
just watch it from house.
On YouTube.
Watch it on YouTube or get that visual this thing and watch your
it's not like
Titanic
you're going to swim inside or touch it.
No, you're not going to touch it. You just go, you see the screen.
250,000.
Again, my condolence to the families.
Yeah,
the most especially the 19-year-old.
Oh, there was
I cannot imagine. The story has it that the boy did not want to do it.
Yeah, he only did it because it was Father's Day for his dad.
Because Father's Day. That is
allegedly
so sad. You know? And number two, these things are way too extreme for pleasure. $250,000, I believe, can build a better submersible with all the technology in it. And one of the occupants of the submersible, from what they are saying, I think is the guy from Pakistan, is a tech guru. He's made billions from IT technology.
Wow.
How would you sit in that thing with a game? You're looking at a gaming console
The thing
with
is,
all your IT
Very
experience,
tiny, small.
and you couldn't say, "Hey, man, listen, no, we can't do this one."
Very
one of the
I
best
don't
friends,
understand.
the best friend of one of the men that died there, came out to say he was actually supposed to go to. He said, in fact, he had already paid down payment of 10%, and he requested for his money to be refunded because he saw how the thing was looking. He's like, why would he get into something that's being controlled by a gaming console, by a gaming gamepad? And he refused to enter. You know, I don't know. Maybe too much money make people think somehow, but
That's what somebody else said, that when you have too much of it, sometimes it makes you not to see things from the level that every other human sees it. It's the same thing we talked about previously, rights. When you have too much rights, you start thinking differently, and things that seldom normal become abnormal for you. I don't see the pleasure in it, you know. And the one, it's sad, man. One of the guys there,
me that would not even go in that ride, that roller coaster ride that they do. I cannot even climb it.
hey,
It's not because I'm afraid. I'm not afraid though.
One of the
I'm not
occupants,
afraid. I will not just climb it because I can't control it.
Then let Stanley give you the gist. Stanley's gist me.
one of the occupants took a trip to space, the edge of space, came back with one of the billionaires. He went up 10 miles, I think, 12 miles is the distance from the ground to the edge of space where you feel that zero gravity or about it, and then came back down. And now decided to adventure into the belly of the ocean at 13,000 feet, which is what, 2.46 miles.
So is the ocean is more deeper than the one?
No. No, it's not deep.
The water is like is way down.
Yeah, it's deep, especially where the Titanic landed. My own question is this: why didn't they take the Titanic out? Why is it anyway? The Titanic is too large, it's too big to be brought out. There's nothing that they can use.
So I think
you can't bring it out. You can at that level of the sea, you get compressed by anything. And the sad thing is, the report from the U.S. Coast Guard says that the submersible was compressed at 3,500 feet, so it has not even made it down there.
So they don't even see them.
They don't see them.
It's called an implosion.
Yeah. Well, immediately they were getting close or getting, don't they see a signal of problem and they start going back up?
Well, I heard that they tried. No. I heard that they tried
to come back.
I heard that I'm not sure. I didn't research on that, but I heard that they tried because they dropped some of the. So when the submarine has to come up, you have to drop some heavy loads that it's carrying. You understand? So they dropped some of those things for it to come up, but I guess it was not fast enough or something. But there's no official report yet on it. But it's just sad. It's sad because these are rich men. But like Obama said in one of his speeches, Obama was like, I'm sorry, a lot of people, we have a story of a boat capsizing on a lot of people. I don't know if you guys had that story. And nobody is talking about it. But these 5 guys, because they have money, everybody is talking about it.
Wow.
You know? So.
Oh, yeah. The one in Greece, is it the
storm?
Mediterranean Sea?
I don't know the story. I didn't follow it up to catch the story, but
Obama said that.
Yeah, he did. I can get the video, but it's sad. It's a sad situation. But hey, let's make wise decisions. Let's not go around looking for who to sue, or go around doing crazy things with money because we have money. Jesse Chops is in the house. He says, "Good evening, ministers of God. Have happiest Sunday to you all. I'm sorry from just coming in. I was out with the kids. Okay, welcome back from out with the kids. So before we go, we're going to be talking about something, and this is a follow-up from our last week conversation. I know it's been talked about already, but we just want to say this. So there's this update on I don't know if you guys remember Deborah, the girl that was killed in one of those northern states, that was burnt alive.
Oh.
The Christian girl.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Christian
yeah.
girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
that the OPM pastor helped her parents,
Okay.
gave them a restaurant, allegedly, gave them
Yeah.
houses to
I heard about
rent, cars. Yeah.
Okay.
So I heard that the girl's parents granted interview and was saying that they don't have money, they are broke and all that.
After all that they give to them.
After all, and then the OPM pastor was angry at them. Allegedly kicking them out of the property. I'm not sure, but allegedly. Now, this goes to what I said last week. Before you help, do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research. Una talk say, if we research everybody, we would not help anybody. No. Do your research. Because if you do your research, you will know that these people have never been landlords before. They are not going to be able to manage the money. These people have never been hotel owners, restaurant owners before. They're not going to be able to manage their business. These people have never been transportation owners before, transportation business owners. They're not going to be able to manage it. So even though you want to give all these things to them, assign a manager that would be there to run it day to day so they can be benefiting from the profit. They don't have to run it. And the big thing is, I'm wondering why they were relocated from their former place to a new place. Why did they have to relocate?
Wow.
Why?
Where were they initially?
They were in the north.
Well, it makes sense to take them out of there.
Why?
Number one, the incident that happened to their daughter.
True.
You and I, we read and heard about the story of how it all played out. I would assume, not assume rather, I would take it that they are also Christians.
Yeah.
And they may be subject to more persecution
Attacks.
and attacks. So it makes sense to pull them out of the north and bring them to the south.
Okay.
Away from that environment. Then number two, they cannot be there thinking about what happened to their daughter, having memories and all that. Which brings me to the same thing I said last week with reference to the three young guys that they took to Greece or Cyprus, rather. That a change of environment sometimes helps. So again, I'm not saying this is what he did, but I'm just saying it's possible that the thought process was, all right, leave there, come here, have a change of environment. What would you like to do? I helped you get it started, float it. It is not his job to monitor what they do. Yeah, he can, if he wants to, help them, but they are adults, they are grown. If they say that is what they can do and they want to do, he provided the platform for them. They have to manage it. You see what I'm saying? If they can't manage it.
What I'm thinking about this is that when you give them all this opportunity to manage things on their own, you should just take your eyes off it completely, because even if they do poorly, you have already tried for them.
You've done your bit.
Yeah, you've done your part. So you don't have to worry about if they're going to because the reason why we're talking about this is because he responded to the fact that they are failing for after investing in them. So, but if you see that you've helped these people, they don't improve their lives, meaning that there's nothing you can do about it.
So Jesse Job says, because they are not being honest and reasonable, those people have to go back. What do you mean by that? Go back to where? Go back to the north? I'm sorry, but this is what I think, right? This is what I think. If you want to help a person to become better, that you are investing your church's money into their life, that amount of money into their life, you have to make sure that something good comes out of it. Because this is what will happen over and over again when you are not properly vested in the form that, yes, you are in there to help. Let me tell you why. You gave restaurant. They've never owned a restaurant before. You gave apartment complexes. They've never been landlords before. You gave transportation business. They've never owned a transportation business. You're giving someone that has no knowledge of anything, so many things all at once.
Can I ask you a
to
question?
do what with it? Go ahead.
So all those guys that own a restaurant, so how did they get their restaurant experience? They've owned a restaurant before? Is that what you're trying to say?
Most people that have restaurants, that own restaurants, have experience. Especially if you own this restaurant.
You use the word they never own.
They don't have an idea of running a restaurant business. That's what I mean. You took them from the north. You took them from the north, took them to another place, and these people don't even speak English.
Maybe you can put them, if you want to give them this business,
train them
go through this business. Because normally
make them go through the business, or you train them first before they go into the business.
By them working under that one restaurant, so that they can have a restaurant experience.
And then you can now hand it over to them to build. Yeah.
Because what you were saying, they never owned.
We're in the same boat, Your Honor.
No.
Yeah.
Because you say own.
You never own the business. You never own it.
So that's not an excuse for you to give someone the opportunity.
See, the thing is this. The clarification that I'd like
for you to
get.
Give somebody a responsibility if you say you have to own something before.
Do you know?
Probably, let me tell you, that's even the reason why I cannot even give you. Because if you've owned a restaurant before and it failed, if I give you a restaurant again, it will fail again.
Do you know that you can bless somebody and that blessing can be a curse?
But it's not your problem.
It is your problem because you are contributing to that curse. It is. If you are giving somebody something as a blessing and that thing kills that person,
how will it kill the person?
No.
You give somebody a car. Hold on. You gave somebody a Lamborghini, fast driving car, very fast driving car. You didn't just give somebody, but you gave that car to a 16-year-old for his birthday gift.
No, that's foolishness. It's not a blessing.
Thank you. That is my point. You are giving somebody that is not. No, you are giving somebody that has no experience, zero experience, zero knowledge about something. You are giving that to that person to manage and control.
Minister Mac, your examples are they are opposite.
That's the point.
They are opposite in the sense
that's the point.
Giving a Lamborghini to a 16-year-old is not a blessing. It's foolishness.
Okay. No. The 16-year-old will see it as a blessing. It is a blessing to the 16-year-old.
No, he may see it as a blessing, but you, the giver, you are being foolish.
You are making the 16-year-old happy.
No. Look at this. You see, there's responsibility. You have to be responsible.
Exactly.
There are
what leads to responsibility?
Will you feel comfortable, Minister Max, to give a 16-year-old a Lamborghini?
Do you know why I will not feel comfortable? Do you know why I will not feel comfortable? Because I know that 16-year-old has never owned a car before. I know that 16-year-old does not have the mental IQ to handle a Lamborghini.
No, he can drive.
It's not about him driving. It's about the mental. It's about the mindset.
So you see, the thing is this: have you all businessmen, and I bet you if you ask Dangote today, Bill Gates and the rest of them, they never had any prior knowledge of what they did.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're very, very wrong. You are very, very wrong. Dangote's father was big in the business industry.
No, the point I'm making is this. There is an entry point for every business you enter into.
Definitely.
Whether you go to school for it or not.
Like you must start from somewhere.
There are doctors who were trained in medical school, came out, opened clinics, and they failed. Do you understand? There are doctors who went to medical school, came out and they are bad doctors. They don't even own clinics.
Just
who are trained.
Just read the comment. Read the comment. Jacinta just said. She says, or put. She said, let me start from here. They can't even speak English, sir. Yes. She now said, or put people in charge to work and report back to them. You cannot. You are not getting my point. You're not getting my point. Right?
No, I
hold on. No, hold on, sir.
English does not mean anything.
It's good to help. Right?
My brother, speaking English is not a factor.
Are they come?
We buy food from Mexico. Wait now, hold on now. Wait.
Are they responsible for those boys?
I'm not talking about the boys.
Okay.
I'm talking about this case in Hannah that we're talking about. You take those businesses and put it in the hands of people without that experience. What else do you expect?
My brother, you don't.
That's not an excuse for the.
It's gonna fail.
No,
it's gonna fail. Do you know why it's gonna fail? Do you know why it's gonna fail? The reason why it's gonna fail is like somebody winning a jackpot. A lot of people that win all those mega millions, all those jackpots, they don't succeed. They don't succeed because family members come out of everywhere to get the part of it. Same thing with this.
That form of a blessing comes with a different level of responsibility. Every human has that knack of survival. Whatever you think you can do to keep you going, when you put your hand and your mind to it, you get successful in it, regardless of who supervises you. It's survival instincts. If you believe that cooking food to sell will make you good, and you try it, and you get successful in it, you're responsible and accountable, you can make it. You don't need anybody to sit behind you.
I disagree with you, sir.
They are grown adults.
I disagree with you. Let me give you an example. At the beginning of the show, we talked about somebody who wanted to do push-up like you.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between you and that person?
There's a motivation.
Motivation and consistency.
Yep.
Not everybody will be consistent. About 70% of restaurants that start fail within the first 5 years. They fail within it's not an easy business to own. It's not.
Correct.
You cannot just take it and then just come on now. And look, see, this is my point. I did not just mention one thing, one business to just one family. What else do you expect?
So he gave them a many business?
There was a restaurant,
mm-hmm.
There was apartments and transportation.
Oh, that was too much.
No, listen. Let me tell you, one thing we fail to understand is this. The blame is not on the man.
No, that's my point.
So I guess you would actually like this comment. Jesse Chop says, I think he asked them and they answered, this is what they can do, of which he gave them the opportunity to do their best, but that wasn't what. But that did not work well for them. So
it's not on the man. The man he's done his bit. He's moved on. You are responsible. You are responsible to make sure that what has been given to you, you take care of it. I borrow from the Bible the parable of the talents. The masters gave to each servant.
We're wrapping up. Yeah.
He gave to each servant and he went away. He didn't monitor them. It is your responsibility.
Okay.
You have to go make it multiply and work for you. Okay. If you're waiting for the giver to sit down and say, okay, you don't, how many you cook today? You sell, make you do like this, you're wasting your time. You are not ready. So they told him what they wanted to do. He gave them. They failed in that one. They came back for a second one. He helped them. And the man was good. He tried.
I think
that was not how it went to. It was the same time.
The same time. He gave it to them all the same time.
It was the same time.
He gave everything to them at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. At the same time.
That was too much responsibility.
Okay, so for me, this is what I have to say, right? For the 3 stories we've talked about today. No, let's start with Stanley. 3 stories we've talked about today. 1 minute, wrap up.
Well, I think that priorities are being misplaced in our present day, most especially with this new woke, what do you call it, woke initiative going on now. People are beginning to not use their thinking faculties right. So we have to understand that to everything there's a limit. When it comes to right and freedom, there's a limit to it. You can't not abuse it. That's on that one. The second one was the what do you call it? The Explorers.
Yeah, the Titan.
The Titan. Please, if you have a lot of money and you don't know what to do with it, just look to Africa. You would find a lot of uses for it. And if you have to venture into any adventure, be sure that everything that needs to keep your safety and life is in place before you get into it. If it is not, don't be foolish to do it. Number 3, if you have to help, if it is within your power to help, yes, help. If you want to research the background of the people to see if they understand what they want to do before you help them, it's fine. But don't let that be a reason for not helping them. Yes, you can guide them, but you don't have to sit with them all the time. And to you, the recipient of help and blessings, know that there is responsibility and accountability. When you are saddled with those blessings, you have a lot on you at that point to prove to the person that gave that blessing to you that it is worth doing. And you also have a responsibility to then in turn bless others from your experiences.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I would say that for those of you that want to assist people, you want to help them, you should actually help them properly by preparing them when you are investing in them. Because most of the time, when even in my little way, when I help the people, I always make sure that I guide them. Not like I monitor everything, I just guide them to an extent. But the only thing is that you have to understand that because when you are investing into people, you want them to succeed, not fail. So as a result of that, you have to make sure you prepare them towards whatever you are trying to. Because if you just, especially when it comes to like sending money to people in Nigeria or stuff like that, if you just give them like that freely in their mind, you are blocking it somewhere. It's so easy. Don't just, if you give them quickly like that, it's just a natural thing for them to think, oh, if I don't succeed, it will still help me again. Especially from where I come from, that Nigeria, they think like that very well. So when you are trying to invest into people like that, you have to monitor it. If it's Nigeria, monitor it. I think that's me, because I've given some money to some people that actually have done the business before in the past and succeeded, but because it was coming from me, they come back again crying, oh, it did not work, da, 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 da. Immediately I hear it, I say, okay, yeah, I missed it the first time, but this time I'm not missing it. So I started ignoring them. So that's why you need to monitor it to help them, because sometimes they think the money is very easy for use when you just give them when they ask for it. So monitor your money, as even if you're investing in them. Then the second one, the Titan, I don't think you should do that kind of crazy stunt, because it's not safe, especially when it's not safe. The land is very balanced for you to be at.
You talk exactly what I was talking.
The land, I like to be around the land where I can, even if I want to hold myself, I can hold myself, but not where, when you want to hold yourself, you be screaming, hey,
help me.
Yeah, then they carry go where you don't know. So I prefer where I can easily just, find comfort, but you don't do some crazy stunt. I will not advise anybody to do that.
Yeah.
And then lastly is the one
the girl who sued her parents for giving birth to her. without her consent.
A comment made me very laugh. For those of you that didn't tune in the first time, you need to go and watch it. Watch this program again. It's very funny. Reasons were funny. In the beginning was making sense, but later on did not make sense. So my take on that is that too many rights is making people lose their mind. So we need to actually look into the rights of people.
Okay, so for me, I would say I'll start with the first one, the case of the girl who sued her parents. Listen, you have a right to do whatever you want to do. Okay, if you want to sue your parents for burning you without your permission, that is your call. It doesn't mean it's the right call, but that's your call. Apply wisdom, and please think if you're okay or not. If you're not okay, go and see a doctor. Case number 2, the Titan. As I'm sort of said, we never finish with land first. What will the go ocean go do when we are not papi water, mommy water? Yeah, don't go looking for what you don't know the history of what happened to it. Titanic sank.
We saw the movie.
Titanic sank. We saw the movie. You enter Titan to go and do your own Titanic. Okay. May your soul rest in peace. For the third one, there's a problem we have in this our generation today. And the problem we have is a lot of people help. A lot of people help. But those helps amount to nothing at the end of the day. In the sense that you help, but what is your help doing? It is good if you help and that person succeeds and help another person, help another person, help another person. That's how it goes round. So please, if you want to help a person, help wisely. Help wisely. Like the case of those boys, I don't see a reason why they couldn't go to a private school in Nigeria. I don't see why they couldn't go to a private school in Nigeria. We have good private schools in Nigeria. Stanley is of the defense that change of environment. Cyprus. Okay.
I just said maybe the way the pastor thought.
Yeah. A private school in Nigeria would have been
Getting
good.
them out of here might be something that may have helped them. And it has helped a lot of people. I'm an example.
Yeah.
You're looking at one.
I'm also an example, but
that's why I said that.
But if we're going to help, let's do our research. Like especially the parents,
if you are taking them out of the place.
You're taking them out of the place. You would take out people that are old already out of an environment that they know. Who knows? Maybe those businesses would have thrived in that environment because they know that environment. Who knows? You know? But hey, it's all help. It's all love. It's all good. You know, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate your time. Thank you, Tomitopo. We'll see you. Thank you very much. And please, let's keep sharing, okay? Sharing
is caring.
Is caring.
Caring is sharing. And he loves.
Bye-bye.